Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Cash, Assistant Director of Admission at the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, with our main campus in Bluffton, South Carolina, and locations in historic riverfront downtown Beaufort and Hilton Head Island as well. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm just going to provide a little bit of information with you about the university, tell you a little bit more about our academics and the resources that we offer our students, as well as admission requirements and that type of thing. So thank you for joining us, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. So the University of South Carolina, Beaufort traces its heritage back to the 1795 founding of Beaufort College. In 1959, we became part of the University of South Carolina system as a two-year campus. And then as we transitioned and began to offer baccalaureate degrees and beyond, we created our Bluffton campus, which is now the main campus located near Hilton Head Island. In 2018, we began revitalization efforts of our Beaufort campus, and then we opened our Hilton Head Island location for hospitality management as well in 2019. So it's a great time of tremendous growth at USCB. We have over 2,100 students representing 36 states and 10 different countries, 30% minority enrollment as well, so a tremendously diverse population and community as well. Over 1,000 students live on campus with USCB, so we actually have the highest ratio of residential students of any of the senior USC system campuses. Even though we're one of the fastest growing colleges in the nation, we still have a student to faculty ratio of 16:1. So we stress that it's a very close-knit learning environment. We offer over 40 different clubs and organizations, from Greek life to political groups, performing groups, anything along those lines. Honor societies are factored into that as well. We compete in the NAIA, in the Sun Conference, and we offer 9 different athletic programs within that. So I began by highlighting some of our campus locations. So again, the main campus is located in Bluffton, which offers 10 apartment style residence halls. The majority of majors are located at this location. So adjacent to the dining halls, we have multiple dining locations. One of them is located in our campus center, which serves as the student lounge. Our residence and housing offices are located in there. As well. It's home to the Sandbar dining facility, so that's the main cafeteria. We also have a Starbucks on campus in our Hawk's Nest, which is where you can do more of a quick grab and go type sandwich. And then we also have our recreation center, which is a 22,000 square foot facility, complete with student workout areas, auxiliary basketball courts and volleyball courts and that kind of thing as well. And it is also home to our main library as well, which has tons of individual meeting space. That's also where a lot of our academic support services are located too. So the library is a great central campus area for students to gain academic support, use any of the facilities in there as well. So our campus in downtown Beaufort is riverfront, right in the heart of downtown. The programs that are primarily offered there are our Beaufort College Honors Program, which is open to all majors, but it does have specific cohorts in nursing and in biology. It's also home to our marine biology program. Again, it has docks leading right down to the waterfront, so it's a great location for that program. History, again, downtown Beaufort is one of the oldest cities in South Carolina, so just a wealth of opportunities there. Visual art and design and the media arts lab, that program is located there at the Beaufort campus as well. And it does have brand new campus housing there as well. So the Hilton Head Island campus is located near the entrance to the Sea Pines Resort. Now, this is a junior and senior level degree completion campus for students majoring in hospitality management. And it's a great location for that, seeing as how Hilton Head Island is among the nation's top rated tourist destinations. You'll have access to high quality internships at premier resorts, restaurants, spas, private communities, and golf courses as well. The facility itself features a demonstration kitchen, beverage lab, as well as classrooms. So you get a real feel for back of the house, front of the house management type skill sets within that too. So this is a list of our academic majors. Now we are primarily broken up into three main schools. So you have the School of the Humanities and Social Sciences, the School of Science and Mathematics, and the School of the Professions as well. So I'm not going to read through all of these, but I do want to provide an overview of what is offered. So the Humanities and Social Sciences School is home to English degrees, maybe if you're interested in secondary teaching, licensure. If you were interested in teaching high school, that department also houses history, human services, as well as visual arts as well. The School of Science and Mathematics is one of the largest individual schools, so that is home to our biology program. So that contains one of our kind of niche market areas in coastal ecology and conservation, which is very similar to the marine biology program that we also offer a concentration in. But that's a very popular program for our area, being located right in coastal South Carolina with quick access to rivers and beach access as well. So coastal ecology and conservation is going to be more of a hybrid of environmental science meets marine biology. So a strong emphasis on the animal life and plant life indigenous to the coastal area and marshlands, but also factoring in strong study and research in environmental science and impacts as well. So coastal erosion and their effects on the environment, pollution as well as development in the low country too. You can also do a secondary education license in biology if you wanted to teach. Biology is one of our largest majors. Computational science and information science and technology, or if you're interested in more of like our computer science and computer programming, if that's really an area that you have an interest in as well. And then mathematics is another program that has a secondary education licensure as well, in addition to its more traditional mathematical sciences concentration. So the School of the Professions, that is home to our business administration program, which again, along with biology, those are pretty much the two most popular majors that are neck and neck on campus. And it does allow concentration areas in either management, marketing, or accounting. That also, if you're interested in teacher education, it does have early childhood and elementary education as well. Early childhood and elementary both recently received national recognition for those for their accrediting bodies as well. Hospitality management, again, is kind of one of those specialty areas that, because of our location near a premier resort location, is a really strong program. And like I mentioned earlier, it does have its junior and senior level completion campus directly on Hilton Head Island. The primary reason why we wanted to locate that there is so that students in their upper level coursework didn't have to worry about a commute or as many commutes daily between the main campus and like if they were interning on the island or something along those lines. This way they can complete their upper division coursework while they're on the island. Nursing is also one of our largest majors. We do offer a 4-year Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree, complete with animatronic simulation labs, so very technologically advanced facilities for that. And under that umbrella, we also offer a degree in public health if you're wanting to think more along the lines of public health promotion, maybe going on to kinesiology and that types of thing is at the graduate level. That would be a good springboard degree program for that as well. So this is a list of our pre-professional tracks and minors. So the pre-professional programs are going to be your advisement tracks to prepare for graduate level study in some of these fields. So we do offer under our pre-health tracks, we have pre-dentistry, pre-pharmacy, and pre-medicine. So it's just making sure that you're taking the right prerequisite classes to go on to graduate level study in that afterwards. There's also pre-veterinary medicine. And then we have a pre-law track as well, if you're interested in preparing for the LSAT examination in law school once you complete your studies at USCB. There is a pre-engineering track. Now that is designed for undergraduate transfers to the University of South Carolina, Columbia. So it's a joint advisement track between those two campuses. We are our own fully accredited four-year university, but we don't have our own full engineering program. But for students that might want to start off at a smaller university, take some of their general education courses, and be in that joint advisement track to complete the engineering program to USC Columbia, then that would be a good opportunity for you. We also have a list of minors that are located there that will be a good complement to those majors. So as you begin preparing the majors that you're interested in. So to continue on with highlighting our academics, now for some of our academic resources. So on campus, we do offer academic advising. Each student is required to meet with an academic advisor prior to planning out each semester's courses, just to make sure that they stay on track and graduate in a timely manner. It also offers academic support, and that's going to be tutoring services and early intervention. Like if we notice maybe students are having attendance issues or something along those lines, we have a really strong program just for reaching out to make sure that there's any additional support that we can offer those students. And then tutoring as well, and that's included in the cost of tuition. So there isn't an additional charge per hour or something like that. It is peer-led, but it is managed by university officials. We also offer our accessibility services office. So they are the ones that might help with if you need additional test taking time, special accommodations, if there's documented learning disabilities or something along those lines. That's a really strong office on our campus as well. Career services and internships. That's going to be maybe if you're looking for a part-time job while you're in college, or maybe you are wanting to prepare for interviewing, mock interviews or resume writing tips and that type of thing. That's going to be the office that coordinates that for you. And then we also have our Office of Counseling Services just to make sure that our students are okay, and if there's any way that we can help to continue to make sure that they're okay. So at this point, if you have any questions, feel free to enter them in the chat box, and then I'll come back to those at the end. And then if you have any specific questions about a particular file, like maybe if you've already applied for admission to the university or something along those lines, feel free to email me directly at cashmj@uscb.edu. I also coordinate our application evaluations for incoming freshmen, so I'll be happy to answer any specific questions that you might have about your file. So continuing on, we're going to highlight the admissions process for both freshmen and transfer students. So with incoming freshmen, we do need the online application for admission that you can access directly from uscb.edu. And then a copy of your official high school transcript. Now that our application portal does allow you to upload your initial high school transcript so that we can get the ball rolling on an evaluation for your file. We are test optional for this coming academic year due to concerns over COVID-19 and the test dates that were canceled due to that. So we do want to be accommodating for students. So you can submit them if you would like, but they are not required for the initial admission evaluation. For transfer students, in addition to the online application for admission, they are required to submit the official transcripts from each college and university that they have attended. So even if coursework might be listed on another school's transcript, if you had already transferred once before, we still have to have each individual transcript. So if you're a transfer applicant with fewer than 30 hours of completed and transferable college credit, then you also have to meet the freshman admission requirement. So then you would need to make sure that you submit your final high school transcript from when you graduated high school as well. So what are we looking for in our incoming freshmen? So we're primarily looking at three things. That's going to be the minimum core academic GPA, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. We do factor in your test scores. If we have them, then we do factor them into the decision. Again, you are not required to submit them. But those, we have our base requirements listed on the screen as well. So we require a minimum of a 2.0 core academic GPA. Now that is a GPA that is calculated focusing only on courses that are considered part of a college preparatory curriculum. So I usually advise students to aim for around a 3.0 cumulative GPA based on what you might see listed on your transcript, basically a B average. Because once we calculate that weighted core GPA focusing only on college prep courses, that should give you a fair amount of breathing room. Again, the minimum is a core 2.0 GPA, but we're not necessarily going to know what that is until we get the transcript. So I usually just to err on the side of caution, aim for around a B average to be competitive for admission. So if you do submit SAT and or ACT score results, the minimum on the SAT is an 880 between the evidence-based writing, reading, and math sections added together, or a 17 composite on the ACT. You are not required to take both tests. If you do decide to submit test scores, we will use the higher equivalent between those two. So the core college prep curriculum that I was telling you about earlier. So this is a list of the courses that we are going to use to calculate the core academic GPA. So this is actually listed and mandated by the South Carolina Commission on Higher Education into any public four-year university in the state of South Carolina. So again, these are minimum requirements. Other public universities that you might be interested in applying to inside of South Carolina might have additional requirements beyond this, but we do follow the base requirements for admission that South Carolina CHE requires. So that's basically going to be a total of 20 units that are all listed on there. And then we have additional detailed information about what, if there are any exceptions or specifics as far as what is required beyond here. You can find that on our freshman admission website as well. But if you have questions, if maybe you have courses, knowing that this is a NACAC virtual fair and not all states are going to have the exact same college prep and graduation requirements, feel free to contact me directly, and then I can research the course a little bit more just in case it's called something a little bit different, and we'll definitely take that into consideration. So for the Beaufort College Honors Program that's located at our revitalized campus in downtown Beaufort, we start consideration for that program at a minimum weighted core GPA of a 3.7. Again, that is that core academic GPA that we are determining admission eligibility off of. And it does have a December 1st application deadline. There will be a place on your freshman application for admission to indicate that you're interested in proceeding with the an honors application consideration as well. So for transfer students, we require a minimum of a 2.0 cumulative academic GPA. That's going to be calculated focusing on courses that are transferable into USCB. And you must also be in good academic standing from each previous institution. That's another reason why we require an official transcript be sent to us from each individual college or university that you may have previously attended. So we're going to talk a little bit about cost and aid now. USC Beaufort's one of the most affordable public universities in the state of South Carolina. We have a kind of a ballpark estimate here for the current academic year's tuition and fees. So ballpark figure for the academic year for tuition and fees, room and board, meal plans, kind of an all-inclusive figure is a little over $21,000. And again, that's before any eligible financial aid or state-funded scholarships that you might qualify for. Out-of-state tuition you see listed there at a little over $32,000 as well. However, we do offer academic scholarships that I'm going to highlight in just a couple of screens as well, to where you can potentially earn an academic scholarship to pay the in-state tuition rate. So these are going to be scholarships that are for our in-state students. These are what we refer to as our plus scholarships. So this is Palmetto Fellows Plus or Life Plus. So basically, if you're eligible for one of those two state-funded scholarships, either Palmetto Fellows or Life Scholarship, in addition to what you receive as a scholarship from the state, then we also have an additional $2,000 per academic year that can be awarded in institutional dollars on top of that as well. And that's going to be for first-time freshmen applying to us. And it is on a first come, first served basis. So we encourage early action on your application. Typically, I would say before Thanksgiving break and certainly before a winter break to have your best chance at academic scholarships. Then you will want to have your application submitted and your file complete to us. That way we're able to go ahead and have an admission decision for you. And this is renewable for up to all 4 years of attendance as well. So as long as you maintain the requirements for the state-funded component of the scholarships, then you also maintain the additional institutional scholarship as well. So this is the residential scholarship for non-South Carolina residents. So when I was highlighting out-of-state tuition earlier, this is what I was referencing. So basically, if you graduate high school with a 3.0 GPA, now I understand some schools might be on a 100-point scale or something along those lines. Whatever is considered to be a B average. So if you have, like, if an 85 is considered a B, if it's a 100-point scale, then that's fine. We'll consider that eligibility for the scholarship as well. Or if you have a 1050 on the SAT, again, that's evidence-based writing, reading, and math added together, or a 21 on the ACT. You just need one of those 3 academic requirements, okay? So you don't have to, again, we're test optional for the 21-22 academic year for incoming applicants. So you are not required to take those tests, but let's say if you had a little bit of a lower GPA, be below that 3.0 requirement, but you had the 1050 or the 21 on the ACT, then you'll want to be sure that you submit that to us, because you only need to meet one of those 3 academic eligibility criteria there. So it's valued at a little over $11,000 per year, and that's what basically gets you down to that in-state tuition rate. And that is also renewable up to all 4 years of attendance, as long as you remain as a full-time student, so 12 and above credit hours per semester. You maintain 2.5 GPA or higher, and as long as you reside in on-campus housing. That's one of the key components of this as well, is you do have to reside in on-campus housing to be eligible for it, as well as to maintain eligibility for it, but it is renewable up to all 4 years. With the Beaufort College Honors Program, it also offers additional academic scholarships. So that's up to $2,000 per academic year for students that are accepted and enrolled in the Beaufort College Honors Program. And it also has a residential component for the scholarship as well. So you must reside in on-campus housing to retain that scholarship. And it is renewable throughout the entirety of the honors program, as long as you maintain status as a full-time student, again, 12 plus credit hours, and you maintain the required honors GPA as well. So we also have various donor scholarships. These are what might be called named and endowed scholarship programs. So you just must be accepted to USCB prior to submitting a donor scholarship application. And it could be by major, classification, financial need, academic merit. There's multiple different requirements. And each of our students, you'll have the opportunity to submit an honors application for that as well. So the deadline for admission is going to, or for scholarship consideration for that, is March 1st. And they're generally awarded late in the spring once we get an opportunity to view our student portfolio. And again, there's also various community scholarships that you'll want to check out our website for. One of the most popular is our 1795 scholarship. That's an additional $1,000 award per semester that is for students that reside in Beaufort campus housing too. So I appreciate you all joining me today. Again, my name's Matt Cash. I'm the Assistant Director of Admission at the University of South Carolina, Beaufort. My email address is cashmj@uscb.edu. And you can also reach me by phone or by text at 843-540-6940. So I appreciate you all joining, and have a great day.